We've got a 399-pound Taylor Swift pumpkin, a 100,000 Lego piece pumpkin, and all sorts of animals going to town on all sorts of pumpkins. Here in the world's longest continuous democracy, pumpkins are usually harvested in September and October. And once you've got one in your possession, you can pretty much do anything you want with it. You can smash it on the sidewalk, you can stab it, you can give it the appearance of Cyrano de Bergerac, you can chop it in half, you can set it on fire, or you can bake it into a slice of handsome holiday pie. But that's not what any of these creatures did. Instead, they had very different uses for their seasonal gourds. So here we go. Actually, before we pull these pumpkin stories out of the patch, take 2 seconds and subscribe to @TheNewsRefresh on YouTube. We put new videos out each and every day about all sorts of interesting news stories. From the Colorado funeral home accused of giving customers fake ashes, to that whale that jumped into a windsurfer. Thanks! Now let's start with Taylor Swift. It's safe to say, Taylor Swift is a lot of things. She's not just the subject of college-level courses studying her lyrics, or a brand new billionaire based on the success of the Eras Tour, or a budding curiosity of the National Football League, or the inspiration for an appalling blend of what appears to be ranch dressing and tomato ketchup. She's also a big fat pumpkin. Yeah, an artist in Dublin, Ohio painted this. It's called Taylor Swiftkin, and she's a 399-pound pumpkin bearing the rotund likeness of the 12-time Grammy Award winner. And you know what? She's got it all. Lips, eyes, hair, and a convenient reference photo to imagine what this pumpkin would look like on Ozempic. The artist behind this tribute has actually been making giant celebrity pumpkins for 35 years. Since 1988, she's been crafting pumpkinized pop culture time capsules. Here's John Kerry and George W. Bush. This is Tom Cruise, Paris Hilton, and Dr. Phil. Here's the former president of Iran, Britney Spears, and O.J. Simpson. This, of course, is TV's Jay Leno. And then there's this hideously offensive display. No, not the one of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, but the one of that disgusting cartoon minion. Our artist here says she sources her pumpkin creations each and every year from local growers, which is a noteworthy difference from Legoland Denmark, which sources their pumpkins from, I don't know, whatever farm grows Legos.
During Halloween, we have, like you see here, in all of our decoration, we try to connect the Lego bricks into our decoration.
That woman works at Legoland, where they're not only showing off creepy Halloween Lego spiders, creepy Halloween Lego rats, and creepy Halloween Lego mushrooms, but also the world's largest Lego pumpkin.
We have the pumpkin field where we take all the pumpkins down, and then we have an exhibition down there where they are like a gallery for all of the period, and we want to build the biggest Lego pumpkin field ever made.
Yeah, in that field is a gigantic 2.5 meter wide, 1.5 meter high Lego brick pumpkin. It took 3 weeks to build and is made of more than 100,000 separate pieces. The thing is part of Legoland Denmark's entire Halloween display, which they've been putting up there since 2016.
Yes, that's always fantastic. Lots of pumpkins, spiders, ghosts, witches. Yes, perfect. It's nice for adults, for children also. It's spooky, but not too scary.
If you happen to find yourself in Denmark, the exhibit is running through November 5th, which is when they'll start taking the whole thing down. But if you want the chance to destroy your own pumpkins here in the lower 48, you might be too late if you live in Oregon. You're looking at footage out of the Oregon Zoo in Portland from last week, where elephants carried out their annual tradition of squishing these giant squash in an event called Squishing of the Squash. Since a farm dropped off a prize-winning 828-pound pumpkin in 1991 for these beasts to rampage, farms throughout the region have gone on to donate gigantic overstocked pumpkins to the zoo to stimulate the animals' well-being and of course give these onlookers something to gawk at. Which is a slightly different scene than what just went down at the Brookfield Zoo just outside of Chicago, where last week a hippo, some orangutans, and even a fruit bat were given their own pumpkins. Not so they could go all Billy Corrigan on the things, but to enjoy them as a tasty treat. Animal care specialists at the Chicago Zoological Society say treats like these physically and mentally stimulate animals by giving them snacks they don't usually get on a regular basis. And given that experts say pumpkin spice products are a billion-dollar industry, is it really a surprise that humans evolved from these things? And finally, back in Europe, the Rome Zoo in Italy just gave their involuntarily contained animals their own pumpkins too, albeit with something that bears a greater resemblance to real guts on the inside.
The tigers, they are carnivores, so basically meat. What we've done, we've put some meat pieces inside, and what we saw, the tiger is breaking this chuka into pieces, trying to find the pieces of meat that we're eating inside.
That's the curator of the Rome Zoo, who notes that these white Bengal and Sumatran tigers very much enjoy playing hide the meat. After all, who doesn't? And yes, I know what you're about to ask. Yes, the lemurs got pumpkins too, though with raw grapes in place of raw meat. Here at the News Refresh, we hope you make the most out of your Halloween this year. And I hope that artist never makes my face into a pumpkin.